Hey, friend. So I want you to reflect back when you were a kid. And when we are kids, we're thinking about having fun. We're thinking about just ourselves, okay? And one thing that we were not focused on was time, Time. And today I'm going to really talk about time and the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner, as we all know as the amazing brother figure on TV in the Cosby Show, passed away very young. And it's just a reminder, because I think 54 is very young. Okay. So definitely, I was shocked when I heard the news, when I saw the photo. I was like, because that individual was like a family member on the Cosby Show. Because if you were into the Cosby Show, you tuned in every week to watch an episode and just enjoy, laugh, and cry as well too. And it's just a reminder for me, for you as a business owner, that time is not guaranteed. But as kids, we don't think about time. But as you have navigated into this world, an adult running your business, time is of the essence. So welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, your speaker and consultant, Shevvy. And as your business development consultant and SBIR strategist, I really help tech founders like yourself to break into the federal market, because you don't have the time, you don't have the team, and you don't have the tolerance to navigate the complexity of that. And as a veteran of 22 plus years of serving the United States Air Force, I'm here to help you tap in, break in, but also position your company for sustainable success and help you with grant and SBIR proposal submission, merit-worthy proposal. So if you are new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me, and drop a 1 in the chat, okay? Again, if you're new here, drop a 1 in the chat, because I want to welcome you. And while you are doing that, anyone else who is coming, who is joining, let us know what you do. I like to just kind of invite you all to share what you do, because you never know who is listening, who is watching this later on, who is actually reading the comments. And you never know what opportunities you can come upon, because it's all about positioning no matter where you're at. But let's talk about time, okay? As a small business owner, I have, also I'm live here on LinkedIn, but also YouTube, my YouTube channel, and on Facebook as well. So say hello on Facebook, YouTube, let me know what you do as well too. And, like I mentioned, Malcolm Jamal Warner, we all know as Theo, passed away suddenly due to an accident. And 54 is young for me. And as a business owner, we are growing and we're still young. But the thing that we cannot control is time. Okay. And if you are, you have a great solution, that you have things that is needed by the government, whether that's at the state level, whether that's at the federal level, that you have the solution to a problem that they have. But I want you to understand, you cannot wait to say, hey, you know what? I'll wait another quarter. I'll wait until X, Y, and Z. This is the time, like now is the time for you to position your company to break into the federal market. But let me welcome some folks. Welcome the Slate Queen. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you. Don't forget to drop in the chat, in the comments, what you do. You never know who will need your services. So thank you. And also let us know where you're joining from as well. And we're talking about time. And actually, I have an acronym that I'm going to be breaking down today when it comes to time, because it is a precious commodity that we can't stop. We cannot stop. And I want you as a small business owner to leverage your time in the most optimal and efficient way. And that comes with you positioning your business, your company, to tap into the federal market. And that is not waiting, another 6 months, another year. You are ready now. You don't have all the pieces, but you have what is needed to get the process started. Okay. And that's what I really focus on, is helping my clients to position themselves, to create that structure, create that foundation, to leverage what they have, the solutions, the resources into the federal market. And I want to break down time, as I said, because when it comes to time, I wish I can get back a lot of time that I've wasted on certain things, whether that's, a relationship, whether that's, friendship, whether that's a business idea. But all of this is this part of the journey. But one thing that I do, I take action. I'm that person. If there's something that I want to do, um, excuse me, I will get insight from people. But if they say, hey, Chevy, you should wait, I'm like, okay, thank you. Guess what? I'm moving on. I'm taking action. I'm still going to execute. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I learned and I move forward. And as a small business owner, I want you to think the same. Do not wait until you have all the pieces to take action. You start building those pieces one by one, because when it comes to timing matters. Okay. That is the first T. Timing matters. Okay. And I know you're busy. I know you have a family. I know you are serving clients. I know you have a lot on your plate. Okay. But they are a time that you have to make it a priority, where you say, hey, I've been thinking about tapping into this federal market. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to look. Yes, there's a lot of free resources, but I want to connect with someone who can guide me, who can assist me, who I can trust to get me through this process of building that foundation. But your timing matters, especially when it comes to the federal market. And as I've shared before on other lives, when it comes to the federal market, and if you're new here, welcome. I have 22 plus years of serving the United States Air Force. So I do understand when it comes to time. And yes, some process is slow, it is long, it takes a lot of time to get to that yes when it comes to the federal market. But also, when it comes to the federal market, things can move like that very rapidly. And that is why timing matters. And that means positioning and having your company ready to be selected and executed. Okay. And when I say timing matters, I mean that when it comes to the federal market, there's a schedule. We know there's a fiscal year, October 1st through September 30th. Of each year for the federal government. And guess what? That means every quarter we're spending. So October 1st, guess what? You should already have everything in place to where you are positioned, you are talking, you're having conversation, you are building those connections with those federal agencies. Timing matters. We know the budget just got approved. We know these things. But the thing is, are you taking time to go out and identify? And if you don't, guess what? You can hire someone like me as your consultant to do the work on your behalf, because I understand the complexity that it takes to tap into this market. It's really looking at timing, and timing matters. All right, let me welcome Rochelle. She is tuning in from Maryland. Thank you. And she says, I help women professionals build a profitable personal brand to attract desirable opportunities. #slay. Yes. So if you are a professional woman and you're looking to elevate your brand and slay, definitely reach out to her, please. Because I'm always learning a thing or two from her posts, from her newsletter, all the things. So definitely reach out to the Slay Queen. So timing matters. So as a small business owner, don't keep saying, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I want you to say, you know what? Today is the day. Now I am going to take action to position my company to break into the federal market. You have been working in the commercial space. This is your time now, not tomorrow, not, like today. Make a decision today. Say, hey, I need to start doing X, Y, and Z. Okay. All right. So the next thing when it comes to the time acronym is the I, because we're spelling out time. And I want you to really think, because like I said, as a kid, we're not thinking about time. We're just thinking about ourselves and having, a great time, enjoying life. But as we grow, time is like, we're always thinking about how much time do I have left for X, Y, and Z. And as we're aging gracefully, we want to enjoy life more. We want to take more risks. We want to travel more. We want to grow a business that we love, but we also want to make sure that we make time for ourselves, but also time for our families as well. So we talked about the T, which is timing matters. You have to position yourself before this opportunity comes. And also we have Samantha Harris. Thank you for joining. She said, good afternoon, Shevvy. I'm joining from New Jersey. That's where I call home. Okay. And she said, I help women thrive in male-dominated industries and stay at the table if they choose to. Yes. So if you are in a male-dominated space and you're like, hey, I'm ready to elevate how I show up, how I lead, and how I get into this position, reach out to her, please. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being here, Samantha, as well. So let's talk about the I, which is intentional positioning. Okay. So, and if you feel like you have positioned yourself properly, drop a 2 in the chat. If you feel like, hey, I know that I have positioned my company in the right spaces, drop a 2 in the chat. Okay. And when I'm talking about intentional positioning, that is about capturing opportunities. Okay. And, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen by chance. Like, you have to put the work in. Okay. It's not excuses. It's not saying, well, I tried this. It's like really doing the work and being consistent with it. Because again, remember the federal space, it can take time. And I wanted to share when I was talking about timing matters, me being in the military, serving 22 years, I've deployed to many locations. Okay. And I have a 2 from Rochelle. Awesome. And a 2 from Samantha. That means they have position and they know exactly who they're serving as their customers, as their client base, and what they support. So thank you both for that. And I wanted to share when it comes to timing matters, because with the federal government, I'm going to share a quick experience. So being in the military, like I said, sometimes when it comes to a decision or things moving, it can move slow. I agree. But also it can move very, very fast and intentional. For example, back in 2003, I was about 2001, about 2 years in the military, because I joined the military September 2001 is when I joined. And then, 2002, we went to a training because we were getting ready to deploy. This was like the end of 2002. And we were told that we were going to be going to this location for deployment. And we couldn't share with our family members X, Y, and Z, but we didn't know the time frame. And then a last minute change saying, hey, y'all leaving out in 2 days. But now it's a different location because now we're in 2000. This was January of 2003, I believe. So I'm sharing this example because we were ready. Okay. We were positioned. We were ready to deploy no matter the time of notification, because we were trained. We had our requirements. So meaning that, hey, make sure you have your power of attorney completed. Make sure you have your will done. Make sure that your affairs are in order. All of that had to be taken care of way beforehand, because we knew we were leaving. We did not know when, but when it happened, guess what? We were positioned and we were ready. And that is how you want your company to be set up. And that comes with having that foundation. That comes with making sure that timing, it matters. Intentional position, it matters for your company. Because like I said, the time is now to position your company for the federal market. October will be here in 2 months, 2.5 months, not even half, 2 months and a week. So again, the time is now. So if you've been sitting on, hey, I need to do this, but you have not, I invite you to reach out to me. You can send me a DM with the word sprint to learn about my strategic growth sprint program. That is 90 days where I help you to set up and build that foundation so that you can position yourself. You can do the outreach that is needed so that you create that visibility, but also create those partnerships that you need to leverage those opportunities. Okay. And with intentional positioning is the visibility aspect. It is the messaging aspect. It is, looking at your capability statement. When was the last time you updated your capability statement so that it can reflect the things that you have done since you last did it, whether that's a year ago, 6 months ago. So all of that is what intentional positioning looks like. And then we're going to drop down to the M. We talked about the T, the I, and then because we're focused on time because we can't stop time. Okay. So let's talk about the M. The M is really focused on momentum. And this is built in, not just, given to us. Like, we have to do the work to create that momentum in our businesses. And as a tech founder, or whether you're a non-tech founder, like, you have to create the steps necessary. You have to create, but also do as well. So as a small business, I get it. You got a lot going on, but you are waiting too long to take the next step when it comes to the federal market. And that could be different things. Let me know in the chat, what is stopping you from moving forward when it comes to the federal market? Is it the complexity? Is it not having the team? Is it not having the capacity? Is it not having the clarity? Like, let me know in the chat what is stopping you from taking that first initial step to say, hey, let me see how I can position my company, for these opportunities in the federal space. Because again, you got to know that timing matters. You have to be intentional. And also you have to start that momentum. You cannot wait. We're not waiting anymore. Okay. Because I'm that person. If I want something, I'm taking action. I'm moving forward. Okay. And then the last is the E, because we're breaking down the word time into an acronym. And for the E, this part is execution. Because when you are able to execute as a small business, you create clients, you create opportunities. Okay. And executing does not mean doing all the things. Going back to being intentional with that positioning is going to be key. So you have a great solution. Okay. You have a great solution. You love what you do. You're serving clients, like I said, but you are not ready to tap in for whatever reason. But I'm here to help you get ready. And that comes with positioning your company to tap and break into the federal market. Okay. Because the more that you execute, the more traction you see, the more results you will gain. And I will say this, don't think just monetary results. Okay. Because what I've noticed with, when I'm having, conversations with, individuals who are looking to hire me, yes, we need money. We all need money to continue our businesses 100%. Sales is key. But also when you are investing, you have to look at what are some tangible things and also non-tangible things that you are getting from that person. Because the consultant, the coach, whoever you hire, they cannot guarantee you the funds. They cannot guarantee you the contracts, because at the end of the day, we are not behind closed doors. We can position you to win that opportunity. We can position you to build this partnership. We can position you to be more visible here on LinkedIn. We can position you to tap into, networking opportunities, to be a speaker and different things. So as the consultant, we position you and help you get to that end goal, which is the funds. Okay. So executing, getting guidance, getting the clarity, doing the work leads to those opportunities. And I wanted to share that because don't just think of just monetary that, okay, I'm going to get money. You're also going to get other things. Sometimes it's a mindset shift. Sometimes it's the clarity that you need to win this, multi-million-dollar contract. Sometimes it's the partnership, like I've said. So again, it's about the timing, being intentional, creating that momentum, and also executing. And if you're like, Shevvy, I don't have the time to execute. I don't have the time to read of these proposals. I don't have the time to write it. I don't have the time to position my company for the federal space. Then I can help you. Okay. I can help you. So if you're like, this is what I'm looking for, then definitely this is the time. Let me see. Rochelle said, we have more time behind us than we do before us. 100%. I remember as a kid, I'm just, free flowing, enjoying life. Now I'm like, wow, I'm going to be, 44 this year. And I'm looking at my kids. They're getting older. Yes. Time. We think more about time now than we ever will as we're getting older. So 100%. And she said it is so important that we make a decision and go for whatever we want in this one life we have. 100%. And I think as we get older, and we're living, we want to do more. We want to live more. And that is why it is so essential that this is the time to tap in and do the things that you want. And not saying everything is going to be perfect, not saying everything is going to turn out how you want it to turn out, but you want to make those decisions and go forward and do what is it that you want to do. If that's tapping into the federal market, then do so. And she said, I am not waiting for the perfect time. It's go time. Go time. Yes, Queen. It is go time. We cannot wait for the perfect time. It's just like, as when we're young, we're like, oh, I'm going to wait until, like I said to myself, oh, I want to have my first child at the age of 25. Guess what? She came when I was 23, and a month later I turned 24. So we can plan and plan and plan, which there's nothing wrong with planning. But I truly believe if this is something that you want, you have to make the decision now to move forward. Like, what are you waiting on? If you're waiting to tap into the federal market, let me know. Why are you waiting? The big companies, they're not waiting. They're like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What other opportunities are out there? And I want that for you. And again, if you're looking for support, I want you to reach out to me because I have my strategic growth sprint. This is a 90-day opportunity, or you can hire me as your fractional business development consultant to really help you to position your company for success. And what that looks like is really looking at your company, understanding your mission, your vision, and creating a strategic roadmap to position your company to tap into the federal market, identifying key agencies that you can partner with that is actually buying your services and products. Okay. And also outreach. I'm using my POP method is really about positioning outreach. Outreach is looking at, okay, I get it. You're in the lab, you are serving clients, but you still have to do some outreach. And we're doing intentional outreach. We're not tapping into every single person that we meet, whether that's at networking event, virtual connections, conferences. We are going to be intentional. Okay. And then partnership. That looks like identifying key aligned partnerships that you can leverage, whether that's through subcontracting opportunities, whether that's through collaboration as well, and long-term growth. Like, for example, when I'm done with this call, I have a client along with someone else who are having their second meeting to see how they can partner together. And like I said, when it comes to results, it's not just only monetary, it's that partnership. Okay. Is that positioning. So if you are at this juncture of, hey, I need support, I need someone to come and help me to set up and build this foundation and do it the right way, then I invite you to send me the word sprint. You can DM me or you can email me at info@j3mconsulting.com. And Samantha said, yes to go time, 100%. Like, we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to sit down and be like, you know what, maybe I should do this next year. No, the time is now to position your company to break into the federal market. And if you're feeling what I'm saying, drop a 3 in the chat. Okay, drop a 3 in the chat. James Mosley on YouTube said, amazing content. Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome. And thank you for joining on YouTube. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, like, honestly, y'all, like, hearing about Malcolm Jamal Warner, as we all know as Theo, I'm just going to kind of bring that back, to the forefront. He was 54 years of age, still young, still vibrant. And for me, it's just another reminder, I am not far behind him in age, but I want to live a full life. I don't want to look back 6 years from now or a year from now and be like, man, I wasted X amount of time just thinking without action, or wasted so many time in this relationship, X, Y, Z. No, like, we don't have a lot of time. Tomorrow is not promised for none of us. So if you are really looking to create momentum, do the thing that you've been saying that you want to do, this is your time to position yourself. This is a time to decide. Decide, decide, decide. And if you're ready to decide and you're ready to get support, I invite you to reach out to me. I'll be happy to just connect, learn about you, and share with you how I can support you on your next venture. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me here today on the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, your consultant and speaker, Shevvy. I want to thank Rochelle for being here. Thank you for sharing. Also want to thank Samantha for being here as well, too, and James as well. Someone on Facebook, thank you. Did not let me know who you are, but thank you for watching. And again, if you're watching this later on, #replay, drop in the comment what you do. You never know who is looking for your services. You never know. But as always, I want to thank you all for joining me in the Executive Innovation Show, helping tech founders to break into the federal market, because you don't have the time, you don't have the team, and you don't have the tolerance to deal with the complexity of all of this. And also, if you're looking for grant support in SBIR, that is what we do. We help you to submit merit-worthy proposals. And as always, thank you for joining me. I will be here next Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because I want to grow that. But if there are any questions that you all have, please send me a DM with any questions that you have, and share this with a friend who needs to hear this, because time is precious. And this is the time for you to position yourself, but also choose to do what you want to do. And don't hold back. Don't wait. All right, y'all. Have an amazing Wednesday. I will see you all soon.